You have these things committed to memory that you know the content, but you don't know who you talk to at the Biden team?
Bruh, he caught you, man. It was up, you all. Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click that like button too. That will really help move the video in the direction that we want to move, which is all the way to the top, baby. All the way to the daggone top. And please make sure that you hit that subscribe button later on in the video if you love what you're about to see. Hit that thing and feel free to go to lfrfamily.com. Ask me about the Bang Bang tea. People have been purchasing, which is awesome. And I really want to hear your review when you're done, okay? We've been checking out some hearings where people from Congress have been questioning Twitter, ex-Twitter execs, for all of the foolishness that they've been having going on, you know, getting rid of people posts simply because they are locked in with whoever is running government at the time, whatever administration tells them to do whatever they want them to do, and they will do exactly that. And apparently that's illegal. I didn't know that either. Byron Donalds is about to confront them right now, but yesterday we checked out Miss Lauren Boebert. If I got the name wrong, I apologize. No, I don't, man. You know, sometimes I get stuff wrong. Sometimes you get stuff wrong, all right? But we're going to check this out. And apparently he caught them in a lie, all right? So that's the part that I'm looking for. So let's go and check this out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments.
Real quick, Mr. Roth, you've stated already that what happened with the New York Post story was similar to the hack and leak scenarios from 2016. You also said that you actually were opposed.
And real Doc Brown, what's going on? I didn't see you, big dog.
To deleting the New York Post story. Who advocated for the removal of the New York Post story?
The company's decision to treat it as a violation.
Mr. Roth, who at the company actually went over your recommendation? Because you're pretty high up. Who overrode you?
The decision was communicated to me by my direct supervisor.
Who was that person?
Her name was Del Harvey. She
Okay.
was the vice president of trust and safety at the time.
Her name was ex-Twitter exec. Her name was, so he passing the buck, but when he was in position at the time, he had full reign to do whatever he wanted to do. But he's going to say that his supervisor at the time, some lady, was the one who told him to do it.
All right, thank you so much. Ms. Gaddy, real quick, you said to the chairman earlier, and I want to paraphrase what I heard earlier, is that Twitter had no contact with anybody from the Biden team. Is that correct to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge.
Put that up for me. Okay, over my right shoulder, we have an email.
Man, shout out to Byron Donalds. That's a smooth brother, man. Watch how he handle these questions when they're not trying to answer them directly. He's gonna check them right then and there. Him and Lauren, man, these young folk are giving people the business, and they getting to the bottom of it, man.
Reference: this is Saturday, October 24th, 5:39 p.m. Referencing 5 different tweets. This is with a Twitter email chain. Under the line, it's more to review from the Biden team. Does anybody have a comment on how much interaction was happening with the Biden team at Twitter with respect to tweets that they wanted Twitter to review? Ms. Gaddy, Mr. Roth?
I'm not familiar with this email.
So you're not familiar with this email, Mr. Roth? Are you familiar with this email?
Only from what's been reported in the Twitter files.
Did you ever have contact with anybody from the Biden team?
No, sir, I did not. We explicitly separated the teams that would interact with campaigns from teams like mine that were responsible for content moderation.
How big was the organization in Twitter that was actually working with campaigns?
I couldn't say for sure.
Did you ever have any contact with the DNC?
Directly? No, I did not.
So there was actually teams that worked along with campaigns. And they brought up some rule that we covered yesterday. I think it was the 230 rule, 230 law, something like that says if you're not the original publisher, then you can't, your information that you post will be taken down and you will be shadow banned because of it, especially if it's something that makes the original bit of information look bad. But just, I guess, to break it down, if you post something that's opposite of the people that's in Twitter's pockets, then your post will be taken down and you'll be shadow banned for 90 days. That's what Lauren was saying. She put them out there. She said, I know exactly who did it. You did it, and you're not trying to admit to it.
Did anybody at Twitter have any contact with anybody at the DNC?
I think it's likely that somebody at Twitter did, yes.
In these emails, it's listed that these are tweets that need to be flagged from the Biden team. That's what's in the files. You have no idea how many people actually engage with the Twitter team or how frequently that engagement happened.
No, and again, that was by design. We kept those functions separate from content moderation so that we could impartially assess reports like this.
Do you know how many tweets were actually flagged and taken down at the behest of the Biden team?
I wouldn't agree with the characterization of it as being at the behest of them.
So he's saying that, are you aware of any posts that was taken down to protect Biden's team? Were you all told to take something down or to remove something by Biden's team? And he's saying, no, I don't agree with the way you put that questioning out there, because we weren't told to remove anything by Biden's team. He's about to prove him wrong right now, because he's going to show him directly in the email exactly what's going on.
Tweets were reported, and Twitter independently evaluated them under its rules.
But the email is very clear. More to review from Biden team. The response 3 hours later at the bottom, hold this up real quick so you can see. The request at the bottom, it says, handled these.
So more to review from Joe Biden's team, and that was the request. At the bottom of it, it said handled these. They took care of it. Every single thing y'all told us to do, we squared it away. That sounds to me like it was at the behest of Biden's team. Maybe I'm wrong. And I've been wrong a lot. And I want y'all to correct me in the comments if I'm not saying this properly, because y'all have a lot of information about this. This is my very first time checking it out.
What does handled these mean?
My understanding is that these tweets contained non-consensual nude photos of Hunter Biden, and they were removed by the company under.
Hold on, real quick, Mr. Roth. How could you know so much about the content of these tweets? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these are just web addresses. I don't know what's in these tweets.
You hear that? You hear that? He's acting like he don't understand exactly. See, he's acting like he don't know exactly what he's talking about. But then he caught him in that little trap that he set him up with. He was like, so what was it about then? Y'all said handle these. And then the guy was like, well, to my understanding, this was about pictures of Hunter Biden that was not supposed to be posted. So the only person that can post them pictures are Hunter Biden. They are full of sugar, honey, iced tea, bruh. and I hope all of them get caught, man. I hope all of them get caught.
Understanding is that these tweets contained non-consensual nude photos of Hunter Biden, and they were removed by the company under.
Hold on, real quick, Mr. Roth. How could you know so much about the content of these tweets? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these are just web addresses. I don't know what's in these tweets. You have these things committed to memory that you know the content, but you don't know who you talk to at the Biden team?
Exactly. He was like, man, I wasn't supposed to know that. I should have waited for you to tell me exactly what you're talking about, because it was nothing but addresses on there. It was no specifics at all. And he just set himself up, man. Y'all ever seen the movie Menace to Society? When Kane was being questioned about a shooting inside of the corner store where his man O-Dog shot somebody, and then he messed up with the time. He was like, so where were you at 9 o'clock on such and such day? I was at this place at 9 o'clock, and I was blah blah blah. So where were you at 8 o'clock? I was at the same place that I just now told you I was at 9 o'clock. And the detective was like, you know you effed up, right? You know you effed up, right? He caught him in that lie. Bruh, he caught you, man.
Sir, I didn't meet with the Biden team, but there was extensive public reporting about these tweets specifically that uncovered what they were.
You know the contents of the tweets. It was obviously at Twitter, but you have no idea how often people who worked in your organization had with the Biden team during the end of the 2020 presidential election.
Huh? Can y'all explain that? And can you also explain, I like what you just now said, Stream TV, how in the world were they handling things for Biden's, because they was handling things for Biden's team when Trump was in office. So they picked a side then. They keep picking sides, bro.
I would emphasize that the people who interfaced with the campaigns were not part of my team or organization. I would know what the interactions were if they were on my team. It was a different part of the organization, not mine.
Let me ask you a separate question, and I'll ask it of you too, Mr. Baker. Have you guys been able to quantify the amount of in-kind contributions associated with taking down the New York Post story? Because the New York Post story was down for 2 weeks, give or take. Do you have any understanding of how much that story was limited by Twitter and also by other social media companies? What the impact of an in-kind contribution that would be to the Joe Biden presidential election in 2020?
I don't know the answer to that question, sir.
Do you think it's big?
I don't know the answer.
Do you think it's more than a maximum contribution to a campaign?
I wouldn't want to speculate.
Would you call it 25,000?
I don't know the answer to that question.
100,000?
Dude, answer the daggone question. I do not know the answer to that. I don't want to speculate. I do not know that. Nah, you don't want to make yourself look bad. That's what that is. You don't want to let the people know that, man, we've been caught doing some funny business for one specific side, and all I gotta do is play my listen. When you go in there, because they spoke to their lawyers, you gotta understand, they spoke to their lawyers. And the lawyers said, look, when you go in there, if it's something that you don't want to answer, don't plead the fifth, because then that will make you look guilty. But you can act as if you don't know the answer to the question if there's no specific information out there that shows you know the answer to those questions. I don't know the answer to these questions. Yes, you damn do know the answers to these questions, bruh.
Sir, I don't know the answer to the question.
$1 million?
I don't know the answer to the question.
Do you think Twitter will be in violation of federal election laws with the size of an in-kind contribution to take down a story, which is true, by the way, because you guys thought you knew something with limited information?
I'm not going to speculate on that.
You need to speculate on it. You need to see if certain information could have been out there, right? And people could see this, that which you all are hiding for the Biden team, then they can make up their mind that I am not voting these mofos inside of office. Plain and simple. What is it that this clearly he is protecting, he is covering his own ass is what he's doing. The messed up part is it's water over the bridge now. It's been 3 years now. Time is gone. People can make up their minds after the fact. Now when people see it, they're like, oh, well, whatever. He's still better than Trump. He still would have been better than Trump. I still ain't like Trump, is what they say. But it wasn't fair, because what y'all did was y'all shaped the election to go in the way y'all wanted it to go. Negative information about these people who are in our pockets should not be out there. Negative information about the other side, whom we don't care about, whom we are beefing with, whom there's already bad blood between them and us. We're going to put that out there. We're going to let it flow. What do you mean you don't want to speculate? Of course you don't want to speculate. You don't want to look bad. Like, come on, bro.
Sitting here today, sir, I try to propound a legal analysis of election laws.
You ain't got to propound election laws or anything like that. You ain't got to propound anything or use big words like propound. Don't nobody care about your propounds. What they do care about is a free and fair election. And with Twitter being at the helm of one of them of the platforms that will be the one to push people either left or right based off of what they allow on their platform, it was not a free and fair election, because the person that was voted into office, you blocked or you removed anything that made them look bad. How difficult is that for people to see and understand? Maybe I'm off my rocker. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. I don't know, because it's like I said before, it's already water over the bridge. You know what I mean? You can't really, only thing you can do is hold them to account up until this point. Like, we see your treachery, and we see where you were wrong, and we can hold you to account for that. I don't know if any type of jail time will be involved, but it should be, because we are talking about everyone's lives being at stake here. So come on, man. I don't know. It looks petty right now. The other side is looking at conservatives right now like, look at y'all. Y'all still salty. Y'all trying to lock them up for something that they ain't do. Trump was going to lose anyway. How in the hell could anybody know? Because guess what? When Trump was very first running, everything about him grabbing people by the vagina, and all 52 women were coming out of Woolworths who was being paid to come out and say, yeah, he grabbed me by my vagina too. Everybody was coming out. Daggone immigrants was coming from all over the place saying he fired me because I was an immigrant. Everything was out there on Twitter. Everything. Regardless if they can confirm or deny whether the information that was being posted was true or false. They did not care. They let it ride. And that swayed people when it came time for them to go to the polls. What part of that are they not understanding? I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to speculate. Come on, bruh. Please. You know exactly what y'all did. You knew you were complicit, and now it's great that you're gone, but it's it's too late at this point. It's too late. At any event, man, y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below, and if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all, and don't forget to go to lfrfamily.com and ask me about the bang bang tea. God dang it.